What's up, man?
What's up? How's it going? You in New York? Oh, you got that nice accent though.
I haven't even spoke yet. Like, not much.
You said what's up, mate? Did you say mate?
Oh, I just like saying mate. I stole that. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
No, no,
I
no. For
stole. I stole that. I guess
listen,
I've been saying mate for like 20 years, so forgive me.
nah, no, no, dude. It's honestly, I don't like seriously. I grew up on UK literature, so honestly, I love it. I wasn't making fun at all. I know you. I know now that you don't have the accent, but even if you did have the accent, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be making fun because I love that accent. But I.
No, no, yeah. No, no. I mean, I grew up with like a southern accent because I'm from the South, but
Oh.
I just do a very basic East Coast accent because as I got older, and I work internationally, it's
Oh. Okay.
obviously if you speak with a hard Southern accent, it's not very understandable.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
you pick up a word or two. Like I've always liked saying mate, but
Yeah. For sure. No, same. Me too.
I just speak the most basic American English. That's my voice. I just speak very basic American East
Yeah,
Coast
for sure. No, I
style.
get it for sure. Because I'll say like Cully as well, which is UK. Like I'll say what's
Yeah,
up, Cully. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I feel it for sure. But no, that's actually sick
No,
though, because you did a good job getting rid of that southern accent. Because I'm actually in the same boat. I grew up in California, and as you know, like the Californian accent, dude, is like everyone makes fun of it. So I tried really hard to get rid of it, and I think I did a good job because I don't think I have it
no,
anymore. But sometimes
no.
in the
I mean,
accents,
well, yeah.
yeah.
No, no, same thing. It's like, if I call my fucking grandmother, then I'm gonna start sounding like a goddamn gray coat. Not
Yeah.
eight, yeah, it's gonna sound like 1854 up in this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm just like, every time I go, like these goddamn carpetbaggers
Yeah,
coming down
yeah,
to the south. We got
yeah.
back, but but
Oh my
like
gosh.
I try and make sure that I'm a international product, so I try
Yeah,
and stick with the basic East Coast
for
accent, which
sure.
is like the American accent. Most know, but no, I got friends from California. I got from like Jersey accent is honestly worse.
Oh yeah.
California girls
Yeah,
are the
yeah, yeah.
worst.
For sure.
But Cali men typically they toned it down a bit. Cali girls are way the definitely the worst in the United States.
Oh yeah. The Valley
And
Girl
then
accent.
Jersey is fucking Jersey, you know.
Oh yeah, Jersey is like you just stay like Jersey, you just nah. Jersey red flag
No,
and then
and the worst thing is, yeah, the worst thing is though is you go overseas and you go to like five different countries, and they're all like, "Oh, you don't sound like cowboy. You don't sound like cowboy." It's like this
like
entire
everyone
time
in
they wanted
America,
me
I
to
guess.
sound like a guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
because in their head, they're watching like Clint Eastwood, and they're like, "Oh, you
Yeah,
don't all sound
true.
like a fucking cowboy? What the fuck?"
Yeah, that
No.
actually honestly makes sense, but like yeah, there's a lot of European hate on Americans anyway, so like they stereotype a lot, which is so funny because that's what they say we do. You feel what I mean? But yeah, no, for sure. Valley Girls, it depends. He's real. He's nah, bro's real British now. No, I like me some tea. Is that tea or coffee though? Because if it's coffee, then you ain't British.
My
Uh,
brother in Christ, it's tequila. That shit's clear. You see the glass?
oh my goodness. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
drinking tequila out of my teacup here in
Bro's drinking
Britain.
tequila out of a teacup. There's no way. Oh my gosh, dude. Nah, nah, you a card for sure, bro.
No, I had to. I obviously had to bring my Mexican American comfort, so I got my
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure,
Hornitos.
for sure. Oh what? So you're traveling for business or something, right? Because that's a hotel room or something, right?
What motherfucker has a? Come on, this is the cringiest shit ever. This is totally. Yeah, dude. Listen, if you thought this is my house, you're cooked. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my god, dude, no,
This
you're
shit is
not
generic.
lying though. You're not lying though. Like,
Yeah, come on,
dude,
bro.
some designer freaks though,
Even
bro.
the
Some
lampshades
design
give it away.
like,
The
dude, but some
furniture.
designer freaks put that junk up though. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
maybe your Cali girls do, but God, even my cringe ass white girls in the South wouldn't do that. That is
No,
just
no,
that
that's
is
true. That's true.
hotel
That's
right there.
true. Nah, that's
Hotel
cooked.
behavior.
That's cooked right there. That's deep fried cooked. No, you could put through
True.
deep fry with that one for sure. Oh my
True.
goodness, yeah,
True.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure with
No,
the
no, 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 yeah, but like
yeah. Sometimes, dude, sometimes I drink like that and people get so pissed and like, but I'll drink like that and just automatically my pinky will go up just because like I do it so often as a joke, but then it's come to the point of like where I accidentally do it without thinking now because like I did it so
I
much as
know,
a joke.
I mean, the whole. I mean, realistically, this is even a large teacup. Like this is a hotel teacup. It's not a fancy
Yeah,
teacup, but even still, you can fit maybe like if you're being, not going to judge a girl on her size, but you can
I
fit like
mean,
most three fingers in there. Maybe
yeah,
you got the fourth underhand. Like the pinky's not doing nothing, so like you
that's
might as well
true.
let that motherfucker hang.
I
Like the pinky
dude,
just ain't
valid.
doing shit.
Dude, honestly, valid.
Yeah,
Like I gotta save that for the next time. Like I get made
yeah.
fun of. Like, bro, if it's not doing,
Now, if we're now, if you go to like Asia and they don't got this fucking thing, then you go, you're like, oh,
exactly. Oh yeah, then you go. Well, first you bow, and then
yeah, you're like,
like
you
so,
little short gown.
bro. They're all into them. They're all into
Oh,
them up and down movement.
oh, Joyce, oh, subarashi.
What would be funny is if you're actually speaking. Tell me you're actually speaking Asian right now. Were you actually speaking Asian,
Yeah, yeah, that was Japanese.
bro? You weren't kidding when you said you work international. That is sick, bro. That's lit. That's
Yeah,
lit.
but like I'm not good at it. I'm like mid level
Well, yeah, as to be
because yeah, like I'm not good at it because like I'm too much of an alcoholic to get fluent.
yeah.
But like I'm good at like singing like the karaoke after the business meeting or the like initial introductions. I kill those. I got down, and
Oh,
I got
shit.
those down in like 30 languages. I got those down in like 30 languages. I can do that. Now
30
if we were having a
languages.
conversation, oh, I don't know any other language but English conversationally, but
Oh,
I can do the business talk, the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bullshit like
For sure.
introductions, and the oh, they're like, oh, sing a Japanese song, sing a fuck. Oh, I know at least one in every language. I know one in
That's
Turkish. I know one in
dude.
German. I know one in fucking goddamn Finnish. Russian. I can sing at least one song in every
That's
language. If you
insane.
can do a drunk karaoke, you can make $1 million in business deals as long as you can show your ass once when you get drunk. That's all you got to do.
Wow. Nah, dude, real time life advice right there. Holy smokes. You said 30 language. Yeah, I'm honestly because at that point, like money gets easy to make then because then you're like 30 different languages, like you said. Now you're getting outlets from 30 different people, connections from people, and then I just
It's to be fair, geopolitically, historically, it's an advantage being an English speaker because English is the lingua franca, as they say in
right,
Latin, the global
right.
language. So basically, the only point in international business in speaking another language is to make the deal, is
Yeah,
to make the connection, get the friendships.
yeah.
So you don't need to be fluent. And like it's lovely if you are. Obviously, it'll be appreciated. But if you're like a kind of I don't know, average guy, whatever, if you can at least do the introduction, a few basic conversations, and sing a karaoke song,
Yeah,
you're good. I
for
mean,
sure.
you're
For
like
sure.
because in their minds, especially if they think about you as an American, they think you don't know anything. They just assume you don't know nothing. So
Yeah.
even then, just singing one song and doing five sentences is already
A huge
blowing their
advantage.
mind. They're
Yeah,
already
yeah, yeah.
like, oh,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
fucking, oh yeah.
dude.
And for some countries, it hits harder than others. Like Germans, they don't give a fucking shit. Germans just like, yeah, that was very nice, but why don't
What
we
about if you've
continue
seen
this
Erica?
conversation?
What about if you've seen Erica?
Yeah.
What about if you seen Erica? Would they be happy?
They love Erica. Yeah, Erica's good.
Oh, date. All right. Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. No, dude, because like I,
But,
you know,
like
you've
you
heard.
said, the Germans, though, it's like they're like, yes, this was okay, this is all right, but why don't we continue this conversation in English? Meanwhile, anybody else,
Dang,
because
okay.
Germans are just like that. Germans are just built like that. But like, if you
I didn't
talk
know
to a
that.
Turk, you talk to a Jap, a Chinese, a
Mhm.
Russian, and you can sing one song from their country and do like 5 sentences, oh, you're in, dude. You're making the deal. You're making the deal for your
Dang.
company. It's in.
Wow.
It's the Germans. The Germans, their English is too good, and they're like kind of too stuck up. They're just like, yeah, that was very impressive, but why don't we continue this conversation in English?
Wow, that's good to know, dude. This is like solid advice where you're like, dang, honestly, yeah, because like the saying goes like, if you know
Yep.
three languages, you're trilingual. If you know two languages, you're bilingual. If you know one language, you're American, right? That's what they all say. But like me personally, I know
Yes.
three languages. I know Latin, classical Latin, Koine Greek, biblical Greek, and English, right? And some people are like, well, those two are dead languages. Like, why would you learn them? But like Latin, it used to be like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing
That's
that?
a very particular. I'm pretty informed on these kinds of things. That's a pretty particular language learning set. I can already know half your background because you learned those languages in that order. Oh my
Oh my
god, brother!
god.
You just kind of built half your life to me
Yeah, oh
that
my god.
fast.
Nah, it's because like the reason why I did it is because I'm always learning language, and like right now I'm learning
Come
Italian,
on.
and it's because in Koine Greek and Classical Latin they're the base language of almost every European language. So they say that if you have Koine Greek and Classical Latin down, then it's easier to learn all the other European languages, right? So it doesn't really help for like Asian and stuff like that, but um, that's why I learned them because like everything gets
And
easier.
you're
That's why.
not, and you didn't go to religious school growing up.
No, 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 no. I didn't. No.
And what is your religion?
My religion is well, I'm non-denominational, but yeah, I'm Christian.
What are
What?
your parents?
You
What are
said
your
what are my parents?
parents?
Like,
What are your parents?
so my mom is half Spanish, half Italian, and then my dad is German and Irish.
What's their religions?
Oh, same. Yeah, I grew up with same as me. I grew up with their.
Non-denominational. Okay, so your parents were non-denominational, and then you came into that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay, a little unique. Okay, typically, just based off your language background, it sounds very, if not
yeah. Oh,
traditional
Catholic.
Catholic.
Oh, yeah,
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 it
yeah, yeah.
sounds
For
just
sure.
because Latin and Greek study at your age because you're like a young guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. No, I get
yeah,
that for sure.
and I see you're from Dakota. And I see you're from Dakota, which also that would be rare too because Dakota is majority Protestant.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. But yeah, no. So yeah, like you said. I mean, that's good. That's good studies. But like I said, yeah, it's definitely good bases for learning languages. I've never learned a language. I go to a lot of countries, but it just ends up being me just doing a few impressive things. Like I said, like at least just being kind, showing respect.
Yeah,
That's majority what it is.
that's good.
Because English is the lingua franca, and we have that privilege.
Yeah,
So we don't have to study as hard. That
for
is a
sure,
fact.
for sure.
But um,
Yeah. Plus,
but
and if it cuts
but
the
yeah.
deal,
So what do
yeah.
you do for work?
Oh, what'd you say? Sorry, my bad.
I said, what do you do for work? You don't have to call me sir, man. You don't
Oh,
have to call me sir. I'm not your fucking professor.
oh no, no, no. I was raised to be polite. You know what I'm saying? So I call everyone sir. Like as long as they're older than me, they're
No, I can tell.
uh,
I can tell. I mean, you're.
yeah.
Well, I can. Well, Jesus Christ, I've never met somebody who studied those languages, and I the thing is you don't have to say sir because without even saying sir, the way you formulate your sentences already tells me your upbringing, like how you were raised, how you speak.
Yeah, I get that.
Um, those are like if you're above 110 IQ, within a paragraph, you understand somebody's like general like
Yeah.
level. Like if I was over here like shit, dude, I got a bitch sucking my dick tonight. You wouldn't be talking to me the way you are. You'd be like, oh, this guy's kind of dumb. I can't.
Nah, nah, bro. I don't do that.
He's
Trust
not.
me. I promise, dude. I don't do that. Like, and plus, I don't even consider myself smart at all or anything. You know, I plus coming from California, I had all sorts of friends, like friends who would talk like that, like what you're talking about, and then friends who would talk like me. I mean, I don't care, dude. I'm super diverse. Like honestly, I had all sorts of friends, all colors, all religion. You know,
Yeah.
so
You can be diverse and you can accept a lot of different opinions. Trust me, I've seen my share of different opinions. But the thing is at the end of the day, you do have to decide what is a positive and a plus. Like people make their judgments. Everyone is going to judge,
yeah.
even if you've met a plethora of personalities. Everyone judges,
Oh yeah.
and then very simply, it's like the way you speak, the vocabulary you use, um, you would adjust it for your audience. I mean, we see this in our top politicians. We saw it
Hmm.
um, most famously, I guess, in American politics. I haven't been in America in a few years,
Oh
but
wow.
like most famously, like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, I watched one of her speeches and like I think it was Michigan, probably Chicago,
Yeah, it was.
and she was like talking in like a totally different voice than she
Yeah, she
did
was
like
speaking
when she
ghetto.
went to like Atlanta. Yeah,
Yeah,
and she was tone switching. Like sometimes I tone switch. Like I mean, basically, a lot of us do just kind of naturally, like in some circumstances.
for
But
sure.
if you're a traveling politician and you're going to like a different state every day,
Oh yeah.
it's not like, oh, I tone switched to German because, oh, I lived in Germany for 10 years and then I moved back
Right.
and, oh, it just kind
Uh-huh.
of comes out sometimes. It comes out sometimes. It comes out. Not, bro, if you went there for one day and you're just like
Uh-huh.
switching your home,
Yep.
like,
Yep.
bruh,
Exactly. Because and like
uh,
sometimes it's like okay, like what you're talking about
you're
with your
doing
grand.
us a
Like if you're talking to your
disservice.
grandma, like then it's okay to like switch that southern accent, and that's fine. You're not being fake or nothing. Or like
Yeah,
me
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
talking casually with my friends, I'm not gonna pull out my entire arsenal of vocabulary and use it on them, right? I mean, like, but then if I'm having a conversation with someone who I know wants to have, say, let's say it's someone who considers themselves an intellectual, right? Well, then I'm gonna try to speak more intellectually.
Yeah,
But yeah, no. So I get what you're saying. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But yeah, when you're a politician, especially when everyone's looking at your character as a politician, and like if you're wise, you'll know that that makes you look fake, right? And hence that's what everyone did. As
yeah.
soon as you did all that, everyone was like, "Nah, she's just fake." Um.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
that's the thing is, yeah, she was never built for it. Like, I'm I'm a pretty I'm an independent. I've I've worked for multiple parties when I was a lot younger. I used to like work in the politics and be in the political headquarters in certain places. But I decided being independent is actually the highest IQ thing you can do because at the end of the day, especially in America, no single party, you're just lying to yourself. No single party in America is going to match up to you 100%.
oh yeah,
Because in American politics, the unfortunate thing, and even our founder, George Washington, wrote about it, is in American politics, it was not built for a multi party system. It just wasn't. And
yeah,
so you can't, you can't like 100% believe in your party because we dissolved into this two-party system after the Civil War.
yeah,
And with that, and with that, it's a simple matter of like being a two-party system. It's like basically who do you agree with the majority of? And I do appreciate the Europeans, at least in that regard, is like everything else they have sucks. It's way worse than us. But at the very least, I do like the parliamentary system better if we are going to do like a form of democracy. It's better to have like 6 or 7 parties in Congress versus just two because Americans can't get behind two parties. Like it's just like you get behind these two parties because you agree with them like 51%. Like Republicans, like lots of Republicans, they're behind President Trump and the Republicans like 51%.
Yeah.
And then with Democrats, it's like they're with Democrats 51%. But like there's not a particular party that gets at like their core issue. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
like I lived in Germany for like 2 years. In Germany, there's a party that is just like the farmers' party. And their
Mm.
whole thing is just like, we want more money for growing.
Oh yeah.
Like, it sounds
Oh
retarded
yeah.
to us. It sounds so retarded. But that's what those voters care about. So there is a party that is just sitting there. Everyone else is talking about like nuclear warfare, killing each other, invading another country, and then you just got one party that's like 3 congressmen and just like,
Oh yeah.
we need another $50 billion for wheat. We want to grow
Exactly.
more wheat.
Oh yeah,
We
I've
need
heard.
more
I've heard.
wheat for
Yep.
bread, for
Yep.
for yeah. It's just so like at least that's honest. Like there is a portion of your
Yeah.
population, like in America, there is a portion of our population, like farmers in the Midwest, especially like South Dakota. I'm sure if there was like 10 parties and there was like a farmers party that just cares about like agriculture,
Hmm.
those motherfuckers would have like 3 seats in Congress. Like
Oh
all
yeah.
they care about is just like,
Yeah.
where's my money? Where's my money for farming?
Yeah.
Where's my money for farming? Where's my money
Yeah.
for farming? That's
Yeah.
all they
We
care
got to
about.
supply, so give
In
us what we need to
America,
supply. Like that's the
yeah, in
attitude.
America, we don't have alliance based government. We have just dominant two parties. So basically, you have to choose between the Democrats that have everything from a old school social liberal to a goddamn communist. Like that's what it encompasses. It's like that's your. It's just so wide based. And same thing with Republicans. Republicans are like you got like a slightly social conservative, all the way to a fucking like
Yep.
Mussolini fascist.
Oh
That's
yeah.
American politics,
Then some.
and that makes us unique. Like, and that is a flaw in our system, but that is like kind of what we're dealt with. It's like
Yeah.
you every party, like I say, like the only thing that embarrasses me in American politics is like when people deny that base fact. That is a very simple
Mhm.
fact anybody with a brain can see. It's
Yeah.
like if a Democrat is going to sit here and tell me, "Oh yeah, I don't have any communist, like we don't think that way at all." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
there's a good 10% of your party
Uh-huh.
that is like hard left." And I'd say the same thing to the Republicans. I'd be like looking at like Trump and be like, "Okay, well like 10% of your voters are straight up like fascist Nazis."
Yep.
Because this is how people split. This is how people
Well,
split in a democracy.
and you're never gonna have anyone who like for sure. Like I get what you're saying. When you're talking about 400 million people, like America's population, of course, at that point you're gonna have so many different groups. And like as you said, in Trump's following, now you can look at the what's most predominant, right? And predominantly, of course, in Trump's following, it's not Nazi fascists, but you have those who are like actually like let's say actually racist. People who actually hate black people, right? In Trump
Yeah,
supporting and will actually kill black people. Um and then like in the with the Democrats, so you'll have varying levels of people who want to do certain things. Of course, some people are more extreme. Of course, that's just how it is, right? What I'm trying to say is with humans, of course, you always have varying levels. Um, but what you got to look at, of course, is the norm in a certain party. And so, like, I could safely say, like, for myself, I don't know how you stand on abortion, but like, I know that predominantly Democrats support abortion, which I believe is murder, and predominantly Republicans don't support it, right? Um, but I get what you're saying about like there being a lot of different sects. I guess. I mean, honestly, I sect like that seems a little like cultish, but I feel like sect is
Hey, brother, hey, like, honestly, like you said, you're the most interesting call tonight, and that's why we're talking for so long. Um, I did. Um, I'm, I'm getting a little old now. Um,
25 ain't old.
15 years ago, I know. I maybe I don't look it on the camera, but I have my wrinkles. I've done
Yeah.
my 20-hour work days.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately,
for
but
sure.
but the I did. I like when I was in high school. I did forensic and public debate, and when I was in
Oh,
college,
cool.
I tried to do like the politics club. I got kicked out for being too radical, which was not justified because when I say
Not at all.
radical, I'm saying I was working with the my college Republicans, and we went to our state's Congress, and I guess I expressed too much First Amendment, Second Amendment freedom, and they said I was a problem, and they were gonna demote me, and I was just like, this is kind of like back in 20 like 15, like 16, like the Trump like
Dang.
revitalization era, you could say,
Yeah.
and I had like a 2 year older than me college student saying like I'm gonna kick you out the club. You can't be a college Republican anymore. And I was like, you
Wow.
know what? I don't want to be party. I was just like, I've done way more than you. I've went to the state congress, and now you're saying you're going to kick me out because we went to the state congress, and I ate dinner with like the governor, the senators of my entire state,
Wow.
and I know I didn't
That's
say anything
big.
crazy. I could have said something crazy. I kept myself
Right,
very
for
tame. I
sure.
know I
Yeah.
did. I was like,
And if you were really a Nazi, you
I
would have
was
said
talking those
something crazy.
basic. Yeah, I was. I mean, I could. I like being a devil's advocate. I can talk crazy
Don't
and
we
I
all?
can make a good argument for crazy. Yes. Because I did debate like in high school and middle school. I did like forensics debate. I can be crazy and I can cite sources that support my crazy pretty well. But no, I went to the state congress and I was just like being a generic Republican. I was just like, oh, like gun rights and like freedom of speech and like Trump is the best nominee we can get right now. And like 2016, and this guy
Yeah.
was like, "I'm gonna kick you out of the club," and I told him to
Wow.
lick my fucking balls, and I'd bend him in half. He's a weak male.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
dude. Like, cause
but,
what I always
but
said is if people who are willing to stop to shut down conversation are people who know they're in the wrong. Cause like
yeah,
if you don't want to have a conversation, then it's because you,
yeah,
in my opinion, it's because you're afraid of being exposed as a fraud. Like that you won't be able to properly
no,
demonstrate logically and
it's
reasonably your
yes.
opinions.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. So like bottom line up front, like I said, summarizing a lot. Obviously, everybody's personal stories can ramble on for hours, and we need to have a beer next to a fireplace together to
Yeah.
get through all of it. But I'll say in summary, basically what it was is like that, and um, like like as you were saying, it's to me, it's a very simple answer. Is I got friends and I can talk to a fucking communist, a fucking socialist, a fascist, a Nazi, a fucking pro Russia, like we have to invade Ukraine, a pro Ukrainian, like, oh, we're great, a Japanese fucking like the emperor's right, a monarchist. I can talk to all these people and we're all friends. We can all get along
Yeah.
and we can fucking sit there and argue and get really deep into literature. We can get really deep into discussion and we can like kind of come to a middle ground. But these people, you like we're saying, like it's just like milk toast type shit. Like they
Yep.
killed Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is like a milk toast Republican to me. I'm more right wing than Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was like, "Hey, Christ is good, and abortions are killing a small child. And if you're transgender, I don't hate you. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to kill you, but um, it is a mental diagnosis that's going on." And I have trans friends too. I have trans friends, and like I said, I'm further right than Charlie Kirk. But like, what it was is he set him up that way, and then obviously the Israeli issue gets into it. But it's just
Oh yeah, and then they end up shooting
it's
him.
a very much like you said, one, how American politics is structured, and then two, um, how American politics has to deal with all these different parties. Because unlike Europe, where you got like 10 parties in one parliament that have to like make alliances, and at least, hey, I got my communist guy elected. He's there, he's sitting in the seat. And in American politics, it's like, well, you got to give it up. It's like you get a Democrat or you get a Republican. It's like you're left
Yeah.
or you're right. And both of those encompass just broad political ideologies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess based off what you've said and based off me, I would say I'm right, but I can also respect opinions of the left. I respect some of their views. I see their grievances, and I can agree with that. And I think Charlie was like that. I think Charlie
For
he
sure,
he
I
did
agree.
open debate. He did open debate on campuses, and I think what's going to come out of it when I do move back to America one day. I've been out of America for 5 years,
Wow,
but when I do come back to America,
man.
I I'm moving back to America next month. It's been 5 years, but I'm coming back to
Dang,
America
bro.
next month.
Hey, a premature
But
welcome back, man.
no, thank you. I'm excited to be back with my own people. It's nothing feels more comfortable than your own people. I know that,
Right. Yeah.
but I do predict that, like with Charlie, it's like very simply like I think American politically are everyone's going to move indoors. Nobody's going to want to have like the whole idea of America that makes us special is an open square debate for any topic. Like just come up into the open square. Nobody's going to shoot you. Nobody's going to hang you. Like just say what you got to say and let's debate it in front of like 10,000 people. Let's just
Right. Yeah.
fucking talk it out. And that is what makes America truly unique is our republic principle like that. But I think it might be gone. I don't know. I would predict after the two Trump assassinations and Charlie Kirk in the last year, I think as a historian kind of guy, I would say I think in the next year we might see it where a lot of political figures are not going to want to be outside. Everyone's going to want to do an
Yeah.
indoor
Yep.
auditorium speech because if I let's say I'm fucking I mean God, I mean name a name, but like any big
Yeah.
political
Like Ben
figure,
Shapiro, he's not gonna
it's
want to
just
go out.
like at this rate, the Secret Service and the local sheriff departments have failed Trump twice,
Uh huh.
and now Charlie Kirk got killed,
Hmm.
and that sheriff department is going to get its fucking balls chopped off. Like at that point, everyone else is just thinking, and all of their security teams, they're like ex-military guys. They're all sitting there just like, yeah, you need to do your speech inside. You need to do
Yeah.
your speech inside because it's way easier to screen everybody's coming in. You can pat them all down, and you don't have to worry about a sniper sitting like 300 meters away.
Yeah.
I will say the funniest thing as somebody who has shot in a lot of bullets at people, the funniest thing is how the media is like, oh, this guy, he must have been an Israeli assassin because that was the most amazing
He was
shot I've ever
trained.
seen in
Yeah.
my life.
That's what they say.
I, like it's funny. I'm like, listen, I'm liking it. I'm like because it's funny, but like in actuality, with a scope, if you can't shoot like I'm assuming you've shot a gun before, but
Oh yeah,
like if you can't shoot something 200 meters with a scope is like taking the piss. It's
oh,
so
totally.
easy.
Well, and the fact that
It's
he
not
got
a
shot right here
challenge.
too, it's like, okay, if it were dead center right here, let's say right in the head, then maybe the argument could be said. But with a high caliber rifle like that, and like since you and I both have shot rifles, we know uh, when you're trying to shoot to kill, all you have to do is get the scope anywhere over here. And if you really are wanting to kill someone or murder someone, I should say, um, then yeah, like you said, it's trivial. Honestly, I mean, it's you don't have to
Yeah,
have any training or whatever.
no, it also takes me as amateurish because assassins don't aim for the head. The head is a hard target.
That's
Heads
really good
move
for like
around
runs and
a
stuff.
lot when people are talking. They move a lot. They shake. Assassins, no. If you get a fucking 308 through somebody's giant chest target, if you pierce a lung, if you pierce a heart, unless they're fucking like on site ready for it, that's enough to kill a guy, and that's a much
Oh yeah,
bigger target.
yeah, true.
No fucking assassin in history has ever been like, I have to get a headshot. I have to get a headshot or it doesn't count.
They weren't playing
Nobody
video
in
games.
fucking history. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that came
saying.
from video
That's
games.
video. That's kind of video game
Yeah,
thinking bleeding into like real life. Like, I'm sorry, dude. In Call of Duty, yes, you get shot 10 times with 5.56, and you just like tank it, and then you shoot the guy back. In real life, you get hit with one round. You're even if you have body armor on,
oh
you're
yeah,
like hyperventilating. Like you just got your chest cavity broken. Even with body armor, the chest cavity is getting smashed. There's crinkles in your bones.
for sure.
I'm